Hello, you are watching Half Asian Tarot Queen, and I am Elisa. And I'm recording this reading at the time of the new moon, though by the time it gets posted, it'll probably be slightly after the new moon. So yeah, we'll see what comes out. But the energy to me, like, it was kind of like mellowing out, and it seemed like, you know, things were settling out. And then today it seemed really intense again. So at the bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands. So this is a stand your ground energy, having to defend yourself. And then we have the 4 of Swords. So it's like the end of a situation, person, place, or idea, like the end of some kind of era, and sort of maybe taking like a self-care moment. And then we have this King of Swords. So this is like a harsh truth being revealed. This is like an energy that's been kind of like showing up a lot lately. So like maybe having to defend yourself. When I pulled this card, we have this blockage. So this is like dissonant energy, like not having clarity on how to move forward because you kind of have like conflicting emotions maybe. And we also have like the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. So like reuniting with like maybe like a work situation. So maybe being conflicted about that, but having to stand your ground. So maybe having to stand your ground about going back to work or not going back to work, or we shall see. I'm going to keep pulling cards and seeing what we get. But yeah, there was like a lot of readings leading up to the new moon. I'm about to post a reading for the new moon. And then this is pretty new moonish energy, though it probably won't get posted until tomorrow. But yeah, definitely there's like a lot of drama out there. Okay, so we got the Coyote. So this is a card of like trusting in the detours. It's like there's this full moon, and the Coyote is like when things do not go according to plan, and but there's a reason, and you don't necessarily know what it is at the time, but you might find out about it. That's my mom. You might find out about it later. There might be a lesson or some kind of reason why things aren't going to go according to plan. But there are ancestors watching over this situation, and things are going to, it's almost like whatever your manifestation is, it's like if you've sort of done the work internally, like there's nothing for you to do, like things are going to unfold. And so really it's just sort of like focusing on like your own energy, on self-care, and like allowing things to unfold. So it kind of looks like there's this harsh truth that's about to be revealed. There's ancestors watching over, and things might be a little crazy. Things might not go according to plan or how you think they're going to go, but trust in life's detours because it's going to work out. Things, you're going to get what you need. It's going to come to you, and then there's going to be healing that's going to come from whatever this unexpected detour is. Like there's like a lesson that's going to come from that. And actually, I can say that like this thing that's been happening to me lately, oh my gosh, so this is at the bottom of the deck again. Freedom! The George Michael song. There's a whole thread about freedom because this has been coming up a bunch, but this is the Chariot card, taking the reins. And like, there was a reading that I just did called Making It Happen, which I'll link here. And it's just sort of like seizing the day, seizing an opportunity and going for it. So, anyways, what I was talking about was like this whole situation that I've been in for the last 2 years was like not at all planned. It was a detour. I completely did not intend for this to go down the way that it did. However, and actually I was really irritated about having to even deal with this situation because it was completely unjust, like completely abusive, like profoundly and criminally abusive to me. And cost me a whole lot of money. Like none of it was my fault. And I'm just like, why am I having to deal with this? Like, this is so unfair. But it's like now that it's kind of like things have sort of like revealed themselves to me through the course of this situation, I realize why I was supposed to be here, because there was all this sort of like shady stuff that was going on that was impacting me, but I didn't know about. And like, if I hadn't gotten caught up in the situation, like I might have never known about it. And it was like totally impacting my life profoundly. But like, because I never even knew about it, like I didn't even have the opportunity to like defend myself from it, you know, because it was completely happening like behind my back. And so it's just like when stuff like that happens, it's like whether you know about it or not, like it still affects you on like a spiritual level. And so like to not even have the opportunity to defend yourself against this thing that's happening, it's really bad for a person, you know. And so like that's like the kind of situation where the coyote might come in, because yeah, like I was really mad that I had to get stuck in this situation, and I'm still mad about it. But if I hadn't, it was like I kept attracting to myself the same sort of like exploitation, not knowing why, not knowing how to correct it, not seeing where I was like not seeing it happening, because it literally was happening to me and I was completely unaware of it. And so like that situation kept happening to me over and over again. And so like I think it was important for me to be able to like see, so that I could choose a different situation for myself and like be conscious about it. Like it had to be brought into my consciousness so that I could see it, you know, and defend myself. So it's kind of a long story, but that's the what I'm sort of getting. It's like there's ancestors watching over this situation, an unexpected detour, which is ultimately going to lead to healing, and we're just like watching it unfold right now. Okay, so at the bottom of the Intuitive Goddess, we have 9 of Cups. So this is a card of wishes coming true, wishes being granted. We have potential. So this is like the Fool, like stepping out into the unknown in a completely new situation. The 10 of Pentacles. So this is like total abundance, success, generational wealth, like stability. The Sun, which is a card of abundance, happiness, family, everything. So we're kind of like stepping out into the unknown. But then we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is weird because this is a card of like sort of like holding on to what you have and sort of like blocking yourself from receiving abundance. And so maybe what I'm getting from this is because there's like all this potential here, like this potential is like as good as it gets. However, it's being blocked, you know, by this sort of like scarcity mindset. And so like that is maybe what needs this is what needs to evolve in order to like allow for this to unfold. And like maybe that's why this lesson had to happen, to like open someone's eyes to this blockage. Because once we bring this into our conscious awareness, like everything's going to open up. So that's very interesting. And like in this certain circumstance which I was speaking of, it's funny because like I'm not even like the one that's like in this mindset, like, but however, there is another party that is blocking me, and I was not aware of it. And so like by bringing this into my consciousness and being able to defend myself against it, that's what's going to open up the karma that I'm actually deserving. Okay, so that fell upside down. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, so at the bottom we have this blockage again. This dissonance, this not being able to see a path forward, and there's this Five of Cups reverse. So this is a card of disappointment, and like the warning is to not focus on what the spilled milk and to like look at the Two of Cups that are remaining and focus on that so that you can move forward. But like this person is stuck. Like this is a card of being stuck. And we have the World, so the end of an era, and on the other side of it we have this Five of Pentacles, which is another card of like being stuck. Like there's this warm church, you know, but you're not seeing it because you're looking in the wrong place. So like both of these cards are kind of like there's this opportunity there, but the person is not focused on the right, they're not focused on the right thing, you know, and so that's why they're not able to see the path forward. They're putting their energy in the wrong thing, you know, they're focused on scarcity, but this mindset is ending. Like it's the end. Like that's I just kind of split the deck to see where this is going, and I got the Three of Cups. So this is like being reunited with your tribe, and being reunited with the love, you know. So interesting. I'm gonna go to the, since it is a new moon energy, I'm gonna go to the Queen of the Moon Oracle and see what we get. But yeah, it does kind of seem like we're like breaking free from this, like this energy that's been like, we're like maybe finally starting to have clarity on what the root of the blockage is, you know, because the truth is being seen in this situation. And like, it's like once you can see it, then like you can deal with it. Okay, so we have fruition. So whatever the situation is, it's coming to fruition. Like it's reaching its like full development, you know. So we're kind of having to take a step back, assess the situation, and we got blue moon, like the unexpected. So something unexpected is going to happen in this new moon energy that maybe is going to allow this to be shifting. And what's interesting too, okay, so like, since I've been relating everything back to the Ukraine situation, it's like the people have been unaware that like Vladimir Putin and the oligarchs have been kind of like skimming off the economy of Russia and the Ukraine, you know, and that's kind of what's been causing this scarcity, you know. And so the people themselves actually are abundant, you know, when left to their own devices. They're super resourceful and able to like create abundance, but they've been blocked because like all of their abundance has been getting skimmed by like this system that they don't even know about, you know? Oh my gosh, this is like totally circling back to the story that I was telling. And so like maybe like that's what's being illuminated with this new moon, because in order for it to change, like people have to know about it, you know, but like the media is so controlled that like the people they're not even like necessarily aware that it's even happening, which is like crazy. And that's why they're not able to like do anything about it. You know, you have to know about it before you can change it. So it looks like maybe something unexpected is going to happen, which is going to trigger some sort of unfolding that's going to bring this sort of skimming situation to light. So that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like an interesting story because it's crazy because it's like happening to Ukraine, but like that's kind of my story too. It's like it's a long story, but it's sort of the same thing, like where there's been the skimming situation. Like I haven't been aware of it, so I've been like, as time goes on, like attracting more and more sort of like people like exploiting me and not understanding like it's in my energy. And so even though like it wasn't like my plan to be where I am now, like finally being able to bring it into my awareness and like defend myself is what's going to allow me to access the abundance which I am perfectly capable of generating on my own, but have somehow, it's like somebody always sort of takes it like from me, you know? So, yeah. I hope this makes sense. It's kind of a confusing story, but like, I think there's like a lot of ways that this can play out. You know, it can play out like monetarily, it can play out in like a love way, you know, like where you're like always like giving your love to the wrong people, you know, is like one example, but there's like different kinds of abundance, you know. So I hope this message is helpful for someone. But it looks like the truth is coming out, and so we'll see where we go from here.